report promptly. The moment you are having technical issues, even if it's a text message, you have the Federal High Court WhatsApp platform. Try to reach whoever is in charge and tell them this is the problem you're having. If you experience any technical difficulties, notify the court or Zoom administrator immediately. Then number two, you have a backup plan. You know, in everything you do, you must have a backup plan. The same thing as the proceedings. Be prepared to switch to a different device or internet connection if necessary. This is what I mean by having a backup plan. So if this device fails, even I do have challenges sometimes. One system will fail, I'll quickly move on to the next. I'll use the next system to enable me continue the court proceedings effectively without any disruptions. Then by following these guidelines, you'll be well prepared to participate in court proceedings via Zoom and ensure a successful experience. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate, I've stated it earlier, to reach out to the court or the Zoom administrator for assistance. I think for my paper, so that I don't shoot within after my time, I'll stop here and allow others to add more to the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Malot, for the eloquent presentation, Malot. We are much grateful, Malot.
You're welcome.
So the next paper will be talking about technical issues and mode of connections or remote court sitting. With all sense of respect, and humility, first of all, let me recognize the presence of my Lord, Honorable Justice Fadi Murtala Aminu, the presiding judge of the Federal High Court Damaturu Division, the State Commander National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA Yobe State Command, CN Abdulaziz Kayode Ogumboye, the Registrar Federal High Court Damaturu Division, Umar Ahmed Ilyasu Esquire, the Legal Officer NDLEA Yobe State Command, Usman Bamala Esquire, and the CEO of 14 Technology Abuja, Master Fatai Abiodun. My respected colleagues, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen on this platform, good afternoon to you all. My name is Sani Nugu Badejo, Head ICT Federal High Court Damaturu Division. Today, being 10th of September 2025, I'll be presenting a paper with the topic Technical Issues and Mode of Connections or Remote Court Sitting. The purpose of this interactive session is to shed more light and to share knowledge on the process, procedures, and technicalities involved on how to file your processes and connect on the virtual court sitting. Due to the fact that the correctional center is not here within the state capital, in January 2021, the court learned that transportation of inmates from Potiskum to Damaturu, which is about 200 kilometers to and fro, has become difficult. The presiding judge, Honorable Justice F.M. Aminu, in her own inspiration and vision, come up with an idea of e-filing system, case management, e-court list, and remote court sitting, a platform that connects the court lawyers, litigants, and the correctional centers in the process of justice delivery, in which this has clear so many obstacles in the smooth running of court proceedings. We have technicalities when filing soft copies of your processes. Whenever you, as a lawyer or as a litigant, whenever you want to file a process, first of all, we expect you to file your soft copy of your process alongside with the hard copy. Therefore, we have a portal, which is fhcportal.ng, is the portal address for the lawyers and litigants to register and upload soft copies of their processes alongside the hard copies, So once you go to the browser on your smartphone, laptop, you type fhcportal.ng.
Mr. Badijo, you are muted. I do not know if I'm the only one having challenges because I can see that you are muted on my system.
Okay, sorry, my lord.
Okay.
Yes, my lord. My system has just, I'm facing a little.
It's
Hello, Mr. Badijo, I think you are muted again.
your device is muted. Okay.
Oh my God, sorry, my lord. I just had some little challenges, but I was able to resolve it. I'm sorry seriously for this.
Yes, go ahead.
So once you go to the browser, type fhcportal.ng, click on e-filing application portal. You know, the next thing you will see a menu will open to, the next menu will open for a new user to register and log in for an existing user to log in. So next thing, after you log in, you are expected to upload the soft copies of your processes that you want to file. After filling all the required information, you are expected to submit. Upon submission, notification will be given to the court via its portal that a new case file has been filed for your perusal. Verification and proper documentation. After proper scrutiny, the file will be given suit number or charge number as the case may be. So after placing the court registry stamp on the soft copy of the processes, case number will be assigned to the file and reply to the counsel dashboard alongside with its case number immediately. Then finally, the soft copy of that particular case file will be forwarded to the presiding judge dashboard alongside with the hard copy of the processes for further necessary actions and approval of the case to be placed on court list for mention, either physical or on a virtual court sitting. So we'll be discussing. So I would like to define these two important points. That's physical court sitting and virtual or remote court sitting. When we say physical court sitting, can simply be required to act a schedule or official session of a court where judicial business, such as hearing or trial, is conducted physically with an active participation of judges, legal professionals, and litigants in a formal courtroom setting to resolve legal disputes. While virtual or remote court sitting is a court hearing conducted by virtual means, where cases are conducted without the need for participants to attend the court physically in the entire trial, including applications, examination of witnesses, tendering of exhibits, and even judgment is to be done remotely without any physical contact or physical contact between the counsel, the court official, and the parties entirely. In this interactive session, we are going to emphasize more on virtual court sitting. Virtual court is a concept aimed at eliminating the presence of litigants or lawyers in the court and for adjudication of cases on a virtual platform. Virtual court hearings or online court proceedings have both advantages and disadvantages. Here are some of the key benefits and drawbacks. Advantages of virtual court sitting or remote court sitting. 1, it increases accessibility. Remote court sittings can increase access to justice for individuals who may have difficulty attending in person due to their location, mobility, or other constraints. 2, improve efficiency. Remote court sitting can reduce the time and resources required for court proceedings, allowing for faster resolution of cases and reduced costs. 3, it enhances flexibility. Remote court sitting can provide greater flexibility for participants, including judges, lawyers, and witnesses who can participate from anywhere with a stable internet connection. 4, it may reduce costs. Remote court sitting can reduce costs associated with traveling, accommodations, and other constraints that may come up. So these are the few advantages we have in remote court sitting. So the drawbacks we are having with remote court sitting or virtual court sitting: 1, we have technical issues. Remote court sitting can be affected by technical issues such as connectivity problems, poor audio or video quality, and cybersecurity risks. 2, limited non-verbal signals. Remote court sitting can limit the ability of judges and lawyers to read verbal signals such as body languages and facial expression, which can impact the assessment of credibility and evidence. 3, limited access to technology. Some participants may not have access to the necessary technology or internet connectivity to participate in remote court sittings, which can create unequal access to justice. So these are the disadvantages. As we are having advantages, these are part of the advantages we are having with remote court sitting or virtual proceedings. We'll be talking about mitigating factors, the disadvantages or drawbacks on virtual court sitting. So we have mitigating factors that if put in place, this will definitely improve the standards and the expectations on virtual court sitting. Investing in technology, court can invest in reliable technology and infrastructures to minimize technical issues and ensure high quality audio and videos. 2, providing regular training. Court can provide training for judges, lawyers, and court staff on the use of remote court technology and best practices for remote court proceedings. 3, establishing clear guidelines. In this case, the court can establish clear guidelines and protocols for remote court proceedings, including rules for participation, evidence submission, and communication on proceedings. 4, monitoring and evaluation. Court can continuously monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of remote court proceedings, making adjustments as needed to ensure fairness and efficiency. Mode of connection or steps to login on virtual court sitting. We have an e-course list already forwarded to the courts. When talking about mode of connection or steps to login on virtual court sitting, first of all, what we do is that we have an e-course list already forwarded to the designated email addresses of both the prosecuting and defense counsel. A course list itself is a document or schedule that contains details of the cases for proceedings on a particular date, which includes serial number, particulars, that's parties involved. Example, FRN versus Benga Paul, prosecuting or applicant counsel with his GSM number and email addresses, for receiving notification with the login credentials whenever the court has a virtual sitting. So, as a participant or a counsel to a particular case, first of all, you are expected to use your smartphone or laptop as a counsel or witness, download Zoom application from your Play Store, install it on your device, and log in as a participant. When you log in, you will appear exactly as we are now on the platform of this room. Then the next thing is that you are expected to mute yourself. You unmute except when required or expected. As Marlon has discussed already previously in her paper on some guidelines when connecting on this particular platform, you are expected to mute yourself. You remain very close, have a close contact with your system so that yourself, you will appear entirely on during proceedings. So we'll be talking about technical issues on remote court sitting. Some common technical issues that can arise during remote court sitting include connectivity issues. In connectivity issues, we may have 1, poor internet connections. Weak or unstable internet connections can disrupt the entire proceedings. So you are expected to load enough data on your phone or your device, and you make sure that you have a very good background, and make sure that there's no echo or noise in that particular office or that place you are. Number 2, drop calls. Calls or video feeds can drop unexpectedly, causing delays or disruptions on proceedings. You make sure that calls are not received. For example, if you are using your smartphones, because this will definitely interrupt the system and the entire proceedings ongoing. Number 3, video quality issues. Poor video quality can make it hard to see participants or evidence clearly. 4, we have audio delays or echoes. Delays in logging in and echoes in audio can make it difficult for participants to communicate effectively. Being aware of these potential technicalities issues, coach and participants can take steps to mitigate them and ensure smooth remote court proceedings. Modalities to observe when connecting on virtual court sittings. As a counsel or witness to a particular case, when starting virtual court sittings, consider the following modalities. 1, technical checks. Make sure you conduct thorough technical checks to ensure that all equipment and software are functioning properly. Your phone or laptop is fully charged. And also, the data is there on your phone immediately. 2, strictly follow the clear established guidelines and protocols for virtual court proceedings. 3, clear communication. Establish clear communication protocols as a participant. 4, etiquette guidelines. Follow the guidelines such as written and unwritten. When you immediately mute yourself when you are allowed to talk, and unmute yourself immediately when there's a need for you to present yourself before the court. 5, respectful conduct. Emphasize the importance of respectful conduct during virtual proceedings, such as corporate dressing and good background. 6, scheduling. Promptly use proper schedule as a participant to log in good time. Then we have decorum. Refers to a formal rule and standard of behaviors that govern the conduct of participants in courts, including judges, lawyers, litigants, and witnesses. Respectful behavior. Show respect for the court, its officers, and legal processes. Professionalism. Maintaining a professional behavior and tone in court proceedings. Orderly conduct. You are expected to behave in an orderly and composed manner, avoiding disruptions. Adherence to rules. Make sure you follow the court rules and procedures while on virtual court sittings. Maintaining dignity. Uphold the dignity and integrity of the court. So by maintaining court decorum, participants can contribute to a productive, respectful, and efficient court proceedings in the Nigerian court system. So with this, we have come to the end of my paper. And I will expect questions immediately during the question and answer sessions. Thank you all for your audience given to me, and God bless you all. So the next session is for the CEO of Voting Technology, in person of Master Fatai Abiodun. So Master Fatai Abiodun, if you are available, you can take over. Thank you once again for your audience. I'm grateful.
Good afternoon, Mr. Fatai Abiodun. Thank you, Mr.
My lord,
Lumbahijo. Okay.
Good afternoon, my lord.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes,
Abiodun.
my lord. Good afternoon to everyone. And my name is Fatai Abiodun, and we're happy to be able to we're happy to be part of the change maker, my Lord Honorable Justice Fadima have gathered to ensure the seamless and stress-free judicial process. And sincerely speaking, I must really commend my Lord for these brilliant sessions in order to cross-fertilize ideas and look at the issues that are surrounding the idea of a virtual sitting for when the court started. And then I must really commend my Lord at the same time, because many people believe that it's something that we just do for 1 month or 2 months, but we are now celebrating many more than 1 years of usage of the virtual proceeding. And as my Lord rightly said, it's either we like it or not, the system has come to play a role. So which is very good for the system has come to play a role, and the virtual sitting is already there for everyone, and we are not going back on it. And I believe that these training sessions will help to clarify some issues, and it's in line with what my Lord have said, and what the registrar too have rightly said. I think the only area that needs my own contributions is the aspect of the general operations and usability of the virtual court sitting. One thing is very sure is that the system ICT has come to reduce our stress. And on that note, no matter the challenges that we face, it cannot be equated to the stress the ICT is planning to remove. All of us know that, especially those at the prison center and correctional staff, they knew what the system and the stress they normally pass through. For them to bring an inmate to the court, and then the issue of a shortage of manpower, resources, security-wise, clearance, and the likes. So all those ones are no longer there again. And by virtue of the virtual proceeding, it enhances their operationability and efficiency at the same time. So people have seen that the system does not collect any money from anyone, does not collect job from anyone, but rather it tries to improve the efficiency. So on the operationability of the virtual court sitting, I want to state that no matter there is no perfect system, 100%, but a system that can give us 90% is okay. So because even though by grading 70 to 900 give us A, that's excellent. So if you can get 70, 90%, and how we rate ourselves 90% is that no matter the itches, no matter the challenges, the aims and objective of organizing the virtual sitting, we still achieve it. We have never had any situation whereby, because of the sitting could not go on because of one thing or the other, we are able to achieve what we aim to achieve, and that is what's giving us the 90%. So, but by this virtual training and the likes, you can see how you can have nothing stops from having 100%. So I can have a more seamless whatever. I've listened with keen interest, with my lot of observations, and from the technical aspect, we know what is to be done. And how we operate the system is like this: we receive a cost list, because not every cases before the court will be shortlisted for virtual hearing. So we believe that the court will have reached an agreement with both parties involved for them to be aware about the virtual. So by the time we provide the course list, the code will be generated and sent to the necessary parties, not the general public. The necessary parties will now join, and then they join the proceeding. So after the code has been set up, then we set up the Zoom, making the environment to be available for use, to avoid any form of intermediary or any form of system hijacking. Because to the flexibility of the ICT, if certain things are not put in place, there can be an intruder situation whereby the call session is going on, another thing is doing another thing. So hijack, like what I just did now. If you observe very well that what I did before was there are plenty of people on the dashboard. So I now replace my own with everyone, irrespective of the number of people that I'm doing before. So I'm now placing attention on my humble self. So that's what we call an hijacking. But if it's because it's done in a lawful way, it's no longer hijacking. It's not like a replacement. So if certain things are not put in place, then we are going to we put the risk of the danger of the proceeding in jeopardy. And to the glory of God, we have never had any form of this issue before. And after the Zoom has been setting up, the environment is ready. Everybody can join with their necessary tools, necessary code. If you don't type the code very well, you will not enter. That's form of security. And the code is computer generated. It is not an automatic to allow anyone to just join. So after we have done that, we confirm the readiness of the court. So readiness of the court is that we don't just streamline, we don't just go ahead immediately like that. We look at how if the court is ready, the registrar is able to cause the case. That marks the beginning of it. So, and the recording is being recorded and is being streamed live on the court website. The idea of having the court website, having the streamline, is that number one, the court is a public place, and all the activities of the court should be known to the public. So that is why, even though the other public cannot have access to it with the code, but nevertheless, they can watch the proceeding on the Zoom, on the court website. So this justify and this reinforce what my Lord have said about looking at our conduct when it comes to the court sittings and our readiness for us to be able to see that it really means a serious business, and the sanctity of the court, because the court is holding a virtual sitting, does not mean that the raise of the bar of the court will be reduced. No, we must ensure that we compose ourselves as if we are in a physical court. We are still in a physical because we can see one another. That's the essence of physical. Everybody can see who is there. Even though you are in my presence, you are in the court, can still see one another. But we'll not be able to touch one another. But we can communicate, we can do every other thing apart from touching. So, and the court to also watch the body language and every other thing. So this goes to the rule that we should ensure that we comport ourselves and ensure that we are ready for the Peja proceeding. Peja proceeding is not something that you just enter there in 30 minutes or 5 minutes. You will not get yourself balanced. So as my Lord rightly said, it's better to be there, even waiting for the court or the judge to arrive, than everybody now start adjusting your clothes, whatever. When you're on your camera, you will see yourself, you see your body language, and you test your microphone. So that is what we normally ask people to do. If you join earlier, we'll tell you, test your microphone, speak to yourself to see whether you are hearing or, so that by the time you want to communicate to the court, you will have a seamless interactions. So the court will not be bamboozled with any form of itches or challenges. So those are the things as we know. And I think I must really commend the controller of the correctional service for their promptness. They have been very cooperative. So I believe that if others could also extend the same kind of solidarity with my Lord, other jurisdictions could have also achieved the same thing. So it is not rather far-fetched because of synergy between the court and my Lord Honorable Justice and the correctional center. Otherwise, this form of unity would not have been able to achieve for many years. So I think I commend my Lord very well, most importantly, and also commend the correctional staff who have been very dutiful towards the realization of this idea and project. So may Almighty God continue to increase us in a lot of ramifications. So thank you very much, Nigeria. Your efforts will never go unnoticed, and posterity will also be kind to your sacrifice, my Lord, and the correctional staff. And then another thing that we also do on the operation is the streamline of the systems, of the videos, and also controls. So because we allow anybody to leave and join back, can leave and join back without need to knock doors. So that when you join back, we know. So if there's any issues you are facing, just drop a message. That would be really very interesting. And another thing is the issue of the gadget, as Mr. Usman, the person that just finished spoke before I spoke, I've rightly highlighted. There is a need for proper funding, and there's a need for more having the gadgets like laptops, voice clear, and the likes. So and phones, because we know that many people are also using phones. That time that we get the laptops and more digital tools for the operational center, so that everything we have is seamless for everyone. Ensure that we have them training and retraining, at least physically once in a while. A staff from the court should be visiting them. So that's our recommendation. Should visit them and then but add one or two things with them, so that we just observe them and also put them on notice. And to ensure that it's not only one person that knows how to operate it within the correctional center, to ensure that they are merged, so that even though one person is not available, it does not stop other people from continuing with the. And another thing is that we also like to reinforce is that we reiterate our commitment for the continuous success of the virtual proceeding. If it involves virtual, then we should not bother. There is we should not nurse any challenge. Every challenge is surmountable. One from our side, we are going to look at it very well and get a more template to see how we can be more responsive and can be more responsible when it comes to the virtual court system for the Federal High Court. So I think that is the general operation of it. Whatever we do is as if we are in the courtroom physically. The only thing is that we cannot touch one another. So, and like we rightly said, even though on the website, you can still go back and watch proceeding, what has been passed. So this one is to happen. It's to facilitate also decide to the operation and how it works. When you are watching yourself from the past proceeding, it helps you to evaluate yourself. Okay, this is how it is when it was in the global world. This is how it is, this is how it is. If you need a link, the registrar should send a link to those at the correctional center to see them how they can watch it back on their own. They will now, if it's very easy for someone to learn from his own mistakes and to see the one he's doing very fine, to see how he can improve on that. To be candid, we have everything that we need for us to succeed on this project. And trust me, with the sacrifice of my Lord and dedication for many years, this virtual sitting has come to stay. Not only does it enhance judicial functionality, but it also reduces stress and the security situations as far as some issues that have to do with the issue of correctional center. So as a firm, as an indigenous firm, we treat our continuous commitment. As far as the issue is concerned, as far as the matter is concerned, my Lord and the Federal High Court Damaturu, we don't have any options than to go to the extra length to see that we give my Lord the stress-free systems for the pilots. And I'm very happy that this training is coming up now, prior to the resumption of the court. So the commitments still remain, and we have listened with keen interest, and we believe that we are going to ionize and then fathom more ways we can do it. But nevertheless, my Lord, I will still suggest, my Lord, that it's high time that we get a laptop for the correctional center. So it's high time we get a laptop for them, because it's very, very important for them that we get a laptop, my Lord, so that this will enhance more of their clarity and visibility. From their camera, you can see that their camera, they are the only station that does not show very well, so very clearly. So I guess they are using phones. If they are using laptops, like me now, my face is very bold and my voice seems to be clear because I'm using laptop to connect to it. So it really makes sense. Even though 10 people, 20 people can join at my back, and our audio, the audio from computer will pick from far. than audio from phone. So except they put the phone on speaker. So, but laptop from far, the microphone bandwidth is very increased, very larger than like mobile phones. So I believe that before the resumptions, we need to get a laptop for the correctional center and see how we can one person go there physically and put them through it. If they can operate phone, they should be able to operate laptop too. And with the aid of technology, the system is very free. So that's just that is our own side, and that's the recommendation we shall be tailoring towards the court to see how far. And the other thing is that the issue of controlling of the assets. So controlling of the assets is very clear. We shall be sharing how we can be sharing assets, the admin with the registrar. We'll also be in court to ensure that we have a smooth running of the systems. Because we believe that whenever the Damaturu is having a virtual city, trust me, it's not 1 hour, 2 hours. And I don't know how my Lord is doing it. We pray that God continue to give my Lord more strength to be candid. So as we go on to the issue of technology, we help to heal. One will not get old on time. But the stress of judicial work, it doesn't have any limits, doesn't have expiring date. So can only be praying for good health, more knowledge and understanding and wisdom for the honorable justice. So on our part, we have no issues, my Lord. And we believe that going forward, as we celebrate the new legal year, so we shall put on our best garment of readiness to ensure that we deliver on our mandate. Thank you so much, my Lord. And to the participant, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fatai Abiodun, for your lecture, and I've heard your recommendation. We'll see to that, inshallah. Yes. To enable the participants who have asked questions, we need to listen to the last paper. And I would like to welcome the Commandant NDLEA to this platform. All this while I've not seen him, but I can see his picture on the screen. You're welcome, sir, Mr. Ogunboye.
My Lord.
Okay, thank you. Okay, please, Mr. Umar Ahmed Ilyasu, can you deliver the paper so that to enable our participants ask questions?
Okay, my Lord. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Umar Ahmed Ilyasu. I'm the Station Registrar of Federal High Court Damaturu Division. My Lord Honorable Justice Fadima M. Aminu, the State Commandant of the NDLEA, the CEO of Fortune Technologies, and other facilitators and presenters on this platform. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand firmly on the already established protocols. I have a paper here to present on legal matters and implications of virtual and remote court sittings. Even though the introduction has already been delivered by my colleague, I would like to start by saying that virtual court sittings are usually proceedings that have been done through electronic means and with the aid of virtual applications like Google Meet, Zoom, and any other applications that enable online gathering. In this presentation, I will look at the fundamental stages of the court proceedings and legal matters. That is the stages that are being done virtually in court. The technical aspect has already been taken care of by my colleague, the filings, the connections, and everything. Now that we have understood that, these stages are arraignment, examination of witnesses, adoption of processes, judgment, sentencing, and conviction. So I will start by arraignment. The requirement of the law is that arraignment shall be done through the requirement of the law is that arraignment shall be done where the defendant shall be brought before the court unfettered, unless the court says otherwise. So the charge and information shall be read to the defendant and explained to the satisfaction of the court. Such persons shall be called upon to plead instantly thereto, unless the accused person is entitled to service. That is, if maybe the court process or the charge has not been served to him. This is being provided by Section 215 of the CPA and also Section 271 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. Also, Section 269 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 requires that the defendant enter the dock, and the judge must be satisfied that the defendant understood the charge read and explained to him. From the above provision, it is clear that arraignment is valid. Is arraignment to be valid, it is mandatory to ensure the following. Number one, that the accused person must be placed before the court unfettered, that is, freely without any hindrance or being cuffed, or he should be free before the court. The information should be read and explained to the accused person by the registrar to the satisfaction of the court. The defendant shall be called upon to plead to that charge instantly, unless there is a valid reason not to do so. The plea of the defendant shall be recorded by the court instantly. This is also been captured in the case of Udu versus the state, 2006 All Federation Weekly Law Report, part 337, page 456. This condition can be incorporated in the virtual or remote court sittings, where the defendant shall be brought forward before the court. The courts can observe that the defendant is appearing before it unfettered and without any hindrance. If the court can't see clearly, it may ask the counsel to the prosecution or whoever is in charge on the other side to adjust the angle of the camera so that the court can observe clearly that the defendant is being brought forward unfettered without any hindrance. The registrar, who is already connected, will be called upon to read and explain the charge to the understanding of the defendant. Thereafter, the court will inquire whether the defendant understood the charge being read to him. If the court is satisfied that the defendant understood the charge, he will be asked to take his plea, and instantly the court will record him. If these conditions are met to the satisfaction of the court, it is a valid arraignment within the provision of the law. The second aspect is examination of witnesses. The defendant is entitled to call witness in support of his case, likewise the prosecution. This is a constitutional provision of Section 36, subsection 6D of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. In doing that, there are procedures that shall be complied with, and I will demonstrate how it can be done through remote or virtual court sittings. Number one, calling of witnesses. The registrar normally ensure that all other witnesses are out of court and out of hearing. This can also be done on the application of either parties or suo motu by the court. This is being provided for by Section 356, subsection 3 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, and also Section 212 of the Evidence Act 2011. During virtual court sittings, the registrar will unmute his microphone and announce that all other witnesses shall be out of court and out of hearing. But this goes to the integrity of the party presenting his case to ensure that all other witnesses are out of hearing. However, if the court learns that other witnesses are listening, goes to the credibility of the testimony and the weights my lord may attach to the testimony of the witnesses. So it is more safe to ensure that all your witnesses are being coached properly so that they can have a very good testimony. The second aspect is oath taking. It is mandatory to administer oaths or affirmation to witnesses before the witness starts giving his evidence. See Section 205 of the Evidence Act 2011. The registrar will engage the witnesses virtually on the procedure of affirmation and administration of oath. He should ensure that he can see and hear the witness loud and clear before the judge, because the judge is recording. Like my lord rightly said, you should take it slow because the judges usually records whatever it is that is being transferred in court. Then number 3 is examination of witnesses. This includes examination in chief, cross-examination, and re-examination. All parties in a case are entitled to call witnesses to give testimony in support of their case and the adverse party to cross-examine that witness. See generally Section 214 and Section 215 of the Evidence Act 2011. The major challenge that occur during virtual or remote court sitting is in examination of witness, side coaching and gesticulation to witnesses by lawyers or other individuals. Sometimes they think that they are not in the normal traditional court sitting, so they begin to coach their witnesses while they are being asked questions during examination. On this, the judge and the opposing lawyers should be very vigilant. The lawyers may object if they see any foul play, or the court may call the erring party into order. It is noteworthy that judges observe the demeanor of the witnesses while they are testifying, which help them know whether the witness is telling the truth or not. So odd behaviors may go to the credibility of the witness testimony. So if you are talking or gesticulating to your witness while you think my lord is not watching you, and the witness begin to turn or do some certain acts, it goes to the credibility of your witness testimony, and my lord may not add much weight to the testimony that your witness is giving. So it's adversely in your own detriment. Then the next stage is adoption of processes. This one is very simple because all processes are already being front-loaded. All the counsel needs to do is to get connected via the link provided by the technical support team. Then he should adopt his processes or move his motion like in the traditional court sitting. The problem here is that the like my lord rightly said, the counsel forget that they are in a court sitting. They begin to enjoy the comfort of their offices or homes. So counsel should be cautioned on these unprofessional activities, because if you are in a virtual court sitting, you are also like in the traditional court sitting. So counsel should please deter from doing such activities. The next one is judgment and sentencing. The court may deliver its judgments through electronic means. However, what is required is that all laws relating to judgment delivery are being complied with. A valid judgment must be written, contain points for determination and the reason on those points. And it shall also contain the signature and the seal of the judge. This is being provided for by Section 308, subsection 1 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015. Same shall be delivered to the hearing of all the parties in open court. The judge may deliver the judgment through remote or virtual court sitting easily without offending any provisions of the law. In fact, it will even make the judge's work easier. In conclusion, it is noteworthy to mention that there are some arguments that says virtual court sittings offends the provision of the Constitution, which says that courts or tribunal proceedings shall be done in public. See Section 36, subsection 3 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. It is argued that public does not mean physically public, like Mr. Fatai rightly observed earlier. It does not mean physically public. It can also mean virtually. The Oxford English Dictionary defines public as done, perceived, or existing in open view. Having said that, virtual court sitting is being done publicly. Anybody with advice can join via the link provided. In fact, most courtrooms, our normal traditional courtrooms, contain 20 to 50 individuals or thereabouts. While in a virtual or remote court sitting, there is no limit to the number of individuals that can join, because anybody with advice can join if he has interest in that matter and experience the court proceedings. So with this, I come to the conclusion of my paper, and I hope it helps the understanding of our participants. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Umar Ahmed, for your paper. I think the next item is a question and answer session from our participants, our distinguished participants. I can see that we have 33, including us, including staff of the Federal High Court, Mr. Patai. So we have less than how many people from the NDLEA? Yeah, okay, then we have 33. This program is for them. They're supposed to attend from the beginning to the end. So if you have any questions, the floor is open. You can either unmute and be permitted to ask your question. Any questions from the participants? Because the last remarks will be from the commandant, but we'd like to have questions from participants if there's any challenges you have been experiencing. You are free to ask, or if based on the discussions held, if you have any questions.
So, good morning, my lord.
Good morning, sir.
Please.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Uja Hillary.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Hillary. Go ahead
Good morning,
with
my
your
lord.
question. Yes, go ahead.
Please, for your initial saying, you mentioned the 4 points to discuss, which we have about four of it. We have one. One is before the hearing. Second, during the hearing. So I don't have the other two that are making it 4. So I'm missing out there.
Okay. I stated that it is essential to understand the proper procedures to ensure a smooth and successful experience. And I decided to divide it into 4 to make it easy for assimilation, for understanding. So I stated before the hearing, 1. Secondly, during the hearing. Thirdly, I said best practices. And then fourthly, technical issues. I decided to break it into 4 to enable everybody to follow. Because before the hearing, I said there are certain things that a witness need to do. Mr. Hillary, you have joined the virtual proceedings, I think, before. Or have you been joining only the traditional court sitting? Mr. Hillary, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I said, I know you have been joining the traditional court sitting before in this court.
Yes, ma'am.
But have you ever joined a virtual court sitting?
No, ma'am, this is my first time, ma'am.
Oh, I see. So it's very easy. As you can see, we are communicating.
Okay.
So you said you already have the first two before the hearing, during the hearing, and I said I added best practices, and then the last one, technical issues. Do you
Yes, my
still
lord.
need an explanation on the best hearing part? Or you're okay? Because you
I'm
said
okay,
you
ma'am.
need something. Oh, you are okay. I need not explain. Okay. Anyway, I said for best practices, treat the virtual courtroom with the same respect and decorum as a physical courtroom. Then I said minimize distractions. Avoid multitasking, whether it's eating or engaging in other activities that may distract or disrupt the proceedings. And lastly, I said speak clearly and speak in a moderate voice or moderate pace to enable me record your testimony. That is it. That's for the best practices. And then for the technical issues, I said there are two things actually, that you should report any technical hitches that you have noticed. You should report it to either to the court or to the Zoom administrator. But I think you have access to the court. It will be easier for you to report if you are having any technical differences. And then you must have a backup plan. That's the second one. Maybe you should have two phones by your side or two devices, a telephone and a laptop. So if one fails, then you can use the other one. The same thing, I have two backups. I said I have a phone and a laptop. And usually I still have two different internet connections through MTN or through the other one, Airtel. So if this one fails, I try to go back to the other. That's why I do have backup plans. Okay. Any challenges again, Mr. Hillary?
Yes,
Mr.
my
Uja?
lord.
Any more questions?
Yes, my lord.
Okay, go ahead.
Go back. It's clear, ma'am.
Okay. No more
Yes, ma'am.
questions? Okay. Because some of you join in the bush while they're in the bush. I commend that, but we'll appreciate it if you just be in a car. If you notice, Mr. Abiodun, who has just delivered a lecture, was in his car, but the car was just parked. He was inside the car with the glass wound up. So there are no distractions. If somebody, a witness can do that, it will be very helpful to the court. But when a witness is he is in his office, you find that his colleagues may be passing by, or they may even enter the office without knowing that he's attending court. So it will be appreciated maybe if you just put a notice on the door that there's a proceeding going on for your colleagues not to enter an office that is being used during proceedings. Usually our proceedings are very fast. That is why, so you can just dedicate a small period for just that proceeding. Because some of you are being transferred, just like judges, you are transferred most of the time. So if a witness is not in Damaturu, even if it's in Lagos, we have had witnesses in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, there's no problem. So instead of spending money to come all the way from Lagos, we can easily do the virtual proceedings, which the Learned Council, the registrar of the Federal High Court said is not against the rules. But we have found ourselves in a peculiar situation in Yobe State. We do not have a court, we do not have a correctional center in the state capital. So we do these virtual procedures because our inmates are at the correctional center in a different local government. So even if they are in the correctional center, you are in Lagos, I am in Yobe, their counsel in Abuja, we can still communicate. So the essence of justice is not defeated. You don't find inmates of the Federal High Court being at the correctional center for long because our sittings don't waste time. Thank you, gentlemen. Any more questions, any challenges? Because we like challenges that you are having. For data challenges, this is not the problem of the Federal High Court. I'll call, because we have the commandant who will speak later, so he'll be able to tell us. Because even as it is, Fortune Technologies is assisting the court, because it's not the judiciary that is taking care of, that is taking control of this. We are the ones doing it. Fortune Technologies is facilitating the ICT aspect, while the court is trying as much as possible to assist the correctional center with data and other gadgets. So with the complaint from the Mr. Abiodun, we'll get an iPad or a laptop for seamless work. So any more questions, please? Because if you don't talk, or if you don't understand, the whole purpose will be defeated. This program is meant, it has been scheduled for you. Whatever the question is, please go ahead and ask.
Yes, my lord, I have a question for you, my lord.
Yes, please. Your name, please.
My name is Solomon Power.
Okay, you're welcome, Mr. Power.
Yes, my lord. My lord, the question I'm trying to ask here is that, can evidences be tendered through virtual court proceeding?
It depends on the evidence. You know, most of our cases is from the NDLEA, majority of the cases. So it depends on the evidence. If they are paper-based, and even if they are exhibits like trucks, usually the NDLEA tries to take the exhibits to the correctional center so that the inmate can have a look at the exhibits and confirm that yes, these are the exhibits that were in his possession when he was arrested. So for him to confirm, so because bringing the inmates is always difficult, so this is the best that we can do. They show him the exhibits and he confirms that yes, these are the exhibits. Some of them will look at it and say, no, this is not part of the exhibits that was with me. So usually the exhibits are brought to the correctional center for them to have a look at it. The same with documents. You know, all documents are front-loaded. So all counsel on both sides will have a look at the documents. So the original is with the prosecuting counsel. So the photocopy is with the counsel. If a litigant does not have a counsel, usually either legal aid will assist, etc., etc. But if he doesn't have a counsel, some will tell you that they will prosecute their cases themselves, and the law allows that. Some will have no counsel, so you still take everything to them. The papers, the documents, these are the documents. The same documents that is before me is the same documents that is before the all counsel and the litigants as well. So in how do I say it? All exhibits can be tendered through virtual means.
Okay,
so this is what we have been doing. So, but if lack counsel, if there are counsel, so that they can go on appeal, then we'll hear what the Court of Appeal and the other superior courts will say on that. But so far, the exhibits are brought to the litigant. He will have a look at all the exhibits, because sometimes, you know, there are some certain exhibits that cannot be brought to court. So court moves to the place where the exhibits are. So in such situations, there was a time that I went to, the court was moved to locus in co, which was the NDLEA office. We went to NDLEA office and continue our sitting there because the percentage or it was too much because it was a truckload of exhibits. So we went to NDLEA office to have a look at it with the defendant as well as with counsel. So the court can move. But for the court cannot move to the correctional center inside the Potchefstroom Correctional Center. We have our own court, so we do the virtual proceedings to mitigate so many challenges that we have been having so far. Mr. Power, has your question been answered?
Yes, my lord. Yes, we agree. You answered my question, my lord.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Any more questions?
Yes, my lord. I have another second question. In terms of sentencing.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Is it maybe through virtual court process like this? Would it be somehow if a suspect is to be sentenced and then the sentence will be done through virtual sitting and it's not in court, maybe it's on bail? I mean, those suspects that are on bail. So how is it not proper for them to be brought to court or to be in the court for the sentences to be done before the court, my lord?
And it's an excellent question as well. You know, for sentencing, usually the whole procedures, the inmate or the suspect or the defendant must be in court, unless if he absconds. And if he absconds and it's brought to the case is mentioned 2-3 times, there's no defendant, by the provisions of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, the matter will still continue, even in his absence. So, but the sentencing will have to wait until when he's arrested. So, but they're trying to change the law that even in his absence,
Challenges, yeah.
defendant is on bail. The matter is finished. He has been convicted. Immediately is convicted. Can you hear me? Because I can see that my network connection is unstable. Can you still hear me? Can somebody answer me whether you can hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Yes, we can hear you, my lord.
Yes, my lord, we can hear you.
Thank you. So if a convict has been convicted, it means the next procedure is sentencing. The moment he's convicted, he's been taken to jail. Even if he was on bail, he cannot be allowed to go home because he has been convicted. So usually you sentence immediately, but if it depends on the circumstances. So, but it's being taken to jail immediately. In the case of somebody who has been convicted and is to be sentenced, already he's in jail, but to bring him to the court is going to be difficult. We do sentence most of the convicts virtually. So the convict may be in Potchefstroom Correctional Center while I am in court in Damaturu, then the sentence is read. So the moment he hears the sentence, that is the end of the proceedings. So he need not be brought to court for him to be sentenced. But if for that day, we are lucky, the correctional center were able to get fuel for their vehicle. You know, logistics is very difficult. We have so many courts. So in most cases, they bring as many inmates as they can. So if for the Federal High Court, they don't bring inmates, no wahala. With the virtual proceedings, he can be sentenced. All what we are doing is not against the law. We try to go by the law. We don't go outside the law. Because if we say we cannot convict a person until the day he's been brought to court, he will stay in jail for who knows when. Because it takes quite, before we went on vacation, I think I can count the number of times that inmates were brought to court, because the correctional center are always having problems. That was why when I broached the subject of this virtual proceedings, they accepted it. They too, they'll be able to, their cases, their inmates will be, their cases will be disposed of. They don't have to wait until somebody is being brought to court before their cases can continue. Okay, thank you, Mr. Power. Any more questions?
Yes, my lord.
Okay.
My name is Usman Shezinza Mohammed.
Usman?
Shezinza Mohammed.
Okay.
I'm an NDLA officer.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you're welcome.
My being form of suggestion, ma.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is that the court itself sitting is a practical aspect of the whole thing, and the virtual is equally a practical as well. I would love to suggest that next time, if a presentation is going to be made like this, there
Yes.
should be a kind of a video clip that we are going to see on how this virtual court proceeding is being teared up, because some of us are hearing it for the first time.
Okay.
And secondly, the materials, the presenters I found out that they were reading from the printed materials before then, and I would suggest that some of this material should equally be made available for us to equally go through it, so as to understand the text much, ma.
Okay.
That is my submission, ma.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed. Your first suggestion, you were saying that a video of how court proceedings, how the virtual court proceedings, how we do it. Was that your first suggestion?
Yes, ma'am.
So you see,
ma'am.
what are you using your telephone as we are talking now?
Yes, I'm using my cell phone.
Okay, you see, it's the same thing. Just what you are, and you can see almost everybody on your cell phone.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's the same thing with the virtual court proceedings. If you're attending, maybe you are in the bush, you are holding your phone just like you're holding now and watching the proceedings. When it is your turn to talk, that is when you'll be allowed to tell your own part as a prosecuting witness. This is what happened. You will be sworn in first, then you follow proceedings. You tell the court, this is what happened, this is what happened. After you finish your own proceeding, your own testimony, the lawyer on the other side will ask you questions based on what you have just told the court. Then your own lawyer will, if you have any clarification, you'll then make a clarification, and that is it. There's nothing more than what you have just seen, just what you have just done. But if you prefer a virtual to enable you see a video, then and also the materials which will be made available to you. Mr. Umar Ahmed, the registrar of the court, will have the materials available. And please ensure that the website of the Federal High Court is among the materials, so that Mr. Mohammed or any other person, you can easily see the procedures of this court. For all the procedures that we have been doing online, you'll be able to see it there. Very easy. Because just like you watch movies on your phone, you go to that site, to YouTube, you impute Federal High Court, Damaturu, etc., then you see all the court sittings. Any court sitting for any day that the court sat, when you impute it, you see the procedures of that day. So I think it will be of assistance.
Yes, my lord. I think it's being recorded, my lord, usually for people to get access to it. And
okay. Like this one, you know, you have been given a code to enable you join.
Yes, ma'am.
But for all other, because the proceedings is ongoing, we will not want everybody to join to attract proceedings. That is why it's only people that are concerned with this particular seminar or workshop that we invited. If we invite everybody, even now you can hear noises at the background. So if we invite everybody, it will be very difficult to ask them mute your devices, etc., etc. But usually you can follow any proceedings anytime. I do not know, like, for how many people this Zoom allows, but Mr. Fatai can tell us. So as many people as possible can join and listen. But during proceedings in court, we don't allow everybody to speak. It's only the person that is supposed to speak, whether the judge or whether the prosecuting witness or whether the defendant, only those people, because it's the proceedings of the court. Any more questions or any more clarification, Mr. Mohammed, Usman Mohammed?
It's understood by me, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you for the materials. It will be made available. And
Yes,
maybe
Malo,
to
we'll
make
provide
things,
the materials. We'll make the
okay.
materials available for them.
Okay.
We'll send copies of the materials to the NDLEA office, my lord, for easy accessibility.
Okay. And
Thank you.
another thing, I will suggest that NDLEA officers, those that attended this program, should forward their email addresses so that either email addresses or WhatsApp contacts to enable you forward same. You'll be able to see the materials there as well. Meanwhile, sending the hard copies to the NDLEA headquarters for them to read. Thank you. Any more questions, please?
I would like to add something again on this, regard to this issue of this Usman Mohammed.
Okay.
Regard to the issue of soft copy, I think we can provide our GSM number, our WhatsApp number, so that whoever that is in need of that particular soft copy, he can easily talk to us and we can forward the soft copy to him immediately.
I think to forward it to their office will be better. They will be in a better position to give it to all their officers. But if we restrict it to only those that attend this program, it will be good for us to follow the protocol, send it to the commandant.
It's okay, my lord.
Okay.
It's okay. Highly noted. We'll be treated that way. Thank you, my lord.
Thank you, Mr. Sani. Any more questions, please, from our distinguished participants? You don't have challenges? Okay. If we don't have any more questions, I will invite the Honorable Mr. Abdulaziz Okaede Ogunboye, the Commandant of the NDLEA Yobe State Command, for his remarks. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, my lord. I hope my audio is clear.
Yes, I can hear you.
My lord, it is a privilege to have had this. It is a privilege to have had this online training. Your esteemed presence and the status of the resource persons clearly underscore the importance the court attached to this session. The clarity in identifying what the issues are and the simple language with which they were dealt with also shows how much the court is willing to go in making it convenient for officers to testify during online court sessions. My lord, as you can see from the level of our participation, all the management staff are in this court session, this training session as I speak, including all the area commanders as well. It's not just the officers alone that are here. So from here, you can also see that we are also willing to make necessary efforts to learn and engage in the requirements needed to make online court sessions more convenient and effective. We promise to read the notes we have taken during these court sessions. This training session. I have a court licensing officer who reports directly to my office. So he will engage with the registrar to get all the necessary training materials, as well as follow up on what directives that you have given, so that we can have access to the materials needed for us. We will, in our own way, in our internal training sessions, we will also review what we have taken from this training session. And then if there are any other issues arising from that, we will communicate same to the court. My Lord, your sincerity of purpose and determination to simplify administration of justice is very clear. We therefore pray that the Almighty continues to grant you more grace. Finally, on behalf of the command, I humbly express our gratitude and appreciation by saying thank you very, very much, my Lord. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate your kind comments. And we appreciate NDLEA. You have been partners in progress. So we really appreciate everything. And I hope the station registrar is listening in. And if you can just give us the closing remarks, and to thank our distinguished participants, comprising of the commandant, as well as the management staff, as well as all area command heads that have been here so far. Thank you so much for being here. And I will hand over to the station registrar for his closing remarks. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my Lord. Sorry, my Lord, I think from the schedule of event that I have, there is a vote of thanks by the prosecuting and / legal officer of the NDLEA. I don't know if he is available.
Okay.
Yes, if he's available, maybe he should say his remarks before I do the closing remark, my Lord.
Okay.
If he's not, then I can proceed.
Okay.
Yes.
The prosecuting counsel, NDLEA, are you online?
Yes, my Lord. My Lord, our mother, my Lord, our mentor, my Lord, our teacher, as always, my Lord. My Lord, we are always proud of you. Our own father here, the NDLEA State Commander, Mr. Abdulaziz Ogumboe, Mr. Fatai, the Registrar of the Federal High Court, who also did justice, my Lord, in his submission. The head of the ICT, Mr. Sani, who also actually assisted us in giving us much knowledge, my Lord, as far as the technical issues and mode of connections in the virtual position. My Lord, this is a great privilege for us, my Lord, to have you with us today and to give us a lot of knowledge, which we believe we cannot pay you back. We are very much grateful. And although I thought I would be part of the agenda, but unfortunately, I believe the ANCO have done justice to their own work, because they know why they have not included me in the program. However, thank you very much for this opportunity to show our appreciation. Thank you very much, my Lord.
Mr. Usman, because you are the prosecuting counsel, I think it's an oversight on the part of the court, because you know the challenges better than the court. So if there's any challenges that you like to highlight, you can go ahead before the closing remarks, because this is the essence of the tete-a-tete or the workshop. If there are any challenges that needs to be addressed, either on our part or on your part, then we see, because I've taken note of what the commandant have stated and the other participants have suggested. So if there's any on your part, you can go ahead and tell us so that we can have an informed platform so that we can merge everything together.
Okay, my lord, the principally, my lord, the sole challenges we have is the lack of knowledge of this particular virtual session, even though in our own wisdom, we have tried to educate some who are able to have excellently testified before you, my lord. Even though with a little challenges. And I believe, my lord, by this program, out of 100%, I am very, very confident. I am very, very much confident that 95% of the challenges we are having, my lord, will be resolved, inshallah. These are the principal challenges, is a lack of the knowledge. And with this particular program, I believe 95% challenges will be resolved. Thank you very much, my lord. I think these are the only challenges which I see. But in future, if I see that there is another challenge, which I believe it is always inevitable, we will bring it on board to solve the problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think eventually maybe we'll have a stakeholders meeting to see how some of the challenges that cannot be rectified alone by the NDLEA, which cannot be rectified alone by the Federal High Court, and with the inclusion of other stakeholders, maybe we'll have better solution. The Commandant NDLEA, once again, thank you with your management staff. The staff of the Federal High Court, thank you as well. I will hand over to the Registrar of the Federal High Court to give the closing remarks. Thank you for all the participants, Mr. Fatai Abiodun, as well as the staff of court.
Thank you very much, my lord. My lord, on behalf of the entire staff of the Federal High Court and my humble self, we say a big thank you to you and to our father, Mr. Abdul Aziz Ogumboye, the State Commandant of the NDLEA. Without his tenacity, this interactive session would not have been possible, because we have been planning and replanning. We thank you very much, sir, for taking time out of your busy schedule to participate in this interactive session and to get your staff to be part of it, so that we can all have a very good session. Also, a very big thank you to the Fortune Technology and the CEO, who take time out of his busy schedule, because I understand that he is currently undergoing a program and he took time out of his busy schedule to be with us here. Mr. Fatai Abiodun, I thank you very much, and I pray that God will bless your future endeavors. The management staff of the NDLEA, the Deputy Commandant and the sectional heads of the NDLEA, we really appreciate your participation, and we thank you for all your assistance. During the course of my stay, we have interacted with some of the high officers of the NDLEA to ensure that the cases of the NDLEA are being run smoothly. Thank you again to Barrister Usman Bamala, the legal officer and the prosecuting counsel of the NDLEA. who has always been in court. In fact, some people may think that he is even our staff because of the frequency of his attendance in court. We are always together and we appreciate your efforts to the court. Mr. Sani Badejo, Mr. Mohammed, Mr. Usman, and all the staff of the Federal High Courts that participated in this interactive session, I thank you and I commend your industry to this to the success of this interactive session, and I really appreciate you. Thank you very much, my Lord. And once again, thank you very much, Mr. Abdulaziz. We really appreciate your leadership and your guidance in all we do every day. With this, without further ado, I would like to thank the entire staff of the NDLE for participating in this interactive session. And I think it's due to your high demanding schedules and jobs. I think we should make it a wrap, and so that you can go and keep doing what you do best. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I wish everybody a blessed week ahead. Okay, bye-bye then.
Thank you, my lord.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot to add that this is judges are on we are on our annual vacation, but because of the importance of this program, I stopped my vacation to join you and learn from you, etc. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you very much, my Lord.
Thank you, my lord.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much, my lord.
Thank you. Bye-bye then. Thank you.
Thank you, my Lord. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fatai and all staff. Thank you.
Thank you, my lord. We appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Who can you go?
Alaizu, kun dawo? Kuna dawowa na gama to. Wallahi. Yanzu na gama.
Fatima.
miyagun ƙwayoyi da shaye-shaye, matsalolin rayuwa, al'ada, abin siyasa, maka da abokan banza da shan kayan aikin ƙarfi, iskar ruwa su baya.